Welcome back to the weekly news roundup. This is the privacy, subscription, and security edition. These are recorded live Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you'd like to catch the show live, interact through the comments or whatever else. And today we're going to start in talking about Google's world's going weird. Google's doing something good. There are new options now of removing personally identifiable information from search. So this is kind of in response to all of these companies that are just collecting and aggregating and publishing your data, personal information online. Basically the stuff you'd need to dox somebody. So if you find it, there's actually now tools for anybody to remove certain sensitive, personally identifiable information from search. Now, it won't remove the site from the internet, but it will prevent Google from indexing it. So you can go in and tell it to remove your phone numbers, remove your addresses, and Google search will not index it. Of course, is that going to stop any of the other companies? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. If this catches on a whole lot and other companies push it out, that's a good thing. So, hey, let's go ahead and praise Google where Google needs to be praised, in the place where they're removing easy-to-find information from basic web searches. I think is a good and positive thing. Well, Biden wants to give state and local police access to drone tracking technologies. So the idea here is there were laws passed not too long ago, I think under Orange Man bad administration, that basically required drones, pretty much all drones over a certain size, to be registered and even have trackers, so the drones could be seen by drone tracking hardware. So if an airport could deploy this stuff, and then they could see if there's any drones flying in the area, because drones and airplanes are a bad combination. And so there's legitimate places. However, police getting these can be a little bit frightening, but what a dementia patient in chief would like to have happen is not only is the drone tracked, the person operating the drone is also tracked by police. So anytime you are flying your drone, if the hair sniffer has his way, then not only can the police track down the drone, they can also track down the person controlling the drone. So this raises some questions about privacy and whatnot. And that's kind of what this is at. It's not like giving them extra drones technologies. It's them tracking the rest of us. This is why, for example, my Traveler channel on Tux Traveler, I don't have a drone, and originally I wanted to get one, but the cost of them is so high, and the fact you cannot fly them pretty much anywhere in America is like, I don't even know if I'm going to bother. I would love to have some of that cool drone footage. The fact of the matter is, there's too many weird caveats to it. And now you add this type of stuff, and I really don't want to be tracked just because I want to get a cool picture of a drone going over a mountain road or something, but whatever that's worth. This was an interesting report from the Vice. I think Dan sent this over. Facebook doesn't know what it does with your data or where it even goes. So this is in response to all of these different rules coming in from all these different global jurisdictions that talk about first-person data or first-party data, third-party data, conglomerated data, purchase data, basically all these types of data sources. And as Facebook started to do some examination looking into what it was doing with all of the data and where it was going, they couldn't even figure it all out. So basically, Facebook's up here going, yeah, we're just a data whore here, and we have no idea where it's going. This is basically, the prostitute has a child and has no idea who the father is. That's really what Facebook's doing with our data, guys. And so this is why you don't want to have your data anywhere on or near Facebook. The Document here is linked on the article. Of course, I do have the articles linked in the description of this video, and it is a 15-page document that was from Facebook team, where the Facebook team's like, we have no idea how we're even going to comply with these laws because we don't even know how our data collects, connects, and pushes itself together. We have no earthly idea. And that is just a glorious thing for Facebook to have all this data and not knowing what to do with it all. So let that settle into your minds, I guess. And on to our final, there was a report here. This was actually a research paper. Your echoes are heard. Tracking, profiling, and ad targeting in the Amazon smart speaker ecosystem. So when Rob Braxman says that Sidewalk, which is Amazon's mesh network, allowing all these all these echoes to connect, or Alexas to connect, excuse me, he calls it Skynet. He's right. Okay, they completely track everything that's going on. They are completely able to store everything, and surprise, 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 they're tracking you to sell you data. I'm telling ya. If only there was some crazy lunatic who grew a beard who's been telling you that for several years now. And of course, we're talking about Alexa, so it is absolutely a foregone conclusion. I'm going to say it. Hey, Alexa, order unicorn meat, confirm. Now, all of you guys that listen to me, you're going to start getting ads for unicorn meat because you keep on hearing my video in the proximity of your Alexa asking you to order unicorn meat. And they're going to be like, this dude really likes unicorn meat. We're just going to start giving you maybe unicorn other stuff too. You're going to start getting unicorns galore on everything. They're going to send you unicorn paraphernalia in your Amazon feeds because that's what Alexa is designed to do. Maybe crazy ranting and raving is certainly valid point. So this is University of Washington, California Davis, California Irvine, Northeastern University. They claim Amazon processes voice data to infer user interests and uses it to serve targeted ads on platform as well as off platform. So on platform is Echo devices, off platform is website devices. The researchers, and I'm not going to attempt to pronounce any of these people's names, they describe their findings in the paper. You can read the whole paper there. 10 academics say smart speaker interaction, that's you talking to the device, generates ad auction bids from advertisers that are as much as 30 times higher than bids would be without Amazon Alexa speaker data. What's more, they say the Amazon and skills developers making the software with Amazon's Alexa voice assistant operate is often inconsistent with privacy policies. All right. So, and also remember that these things are always listening, to the point that if there happens to be an unsolved murder in the vicinity of one of these things, the police file a warrant to get everything it's heard. Okay. That is how much data these things are collecting. They are certainly using the data. There's a lot of things that can be said for this, but I'll just say it again, guys. Don't allow any of this type of stuff. I don't want anything that's connecting to somebody else's servers anywhere in my proximity that I cannot directly control. And that's kind of the cool part about the van life, is I could just turn off the internet up there and nothing connects. I'm not in an internet surrounded place most of my life. So that's kind of what's up with this article here. Well, if you'd like to help support the channel, we do have affiliates. We are highlighting Linode, tlm.li/Linode. This is going to get you $100 in credit, good for 60 days with a new account. You need to set up with a valid credit card just to make sure it's the same account, same person. And then you can spin up as many servers as you want, bill up to $100 in credit, see what the limits of Linode is, and see if it is good for you. tlm.li/Linode. I think next we're going over to security. So just a couple of security articles here. First, Microsoft finds a Linux desktop flaw that gives root to untrusted users. Of course, Microsoft's like, look at this, we found a vulnerability in our competitor. is yet another one of these that requires physical access to your machine, and it's already patched in most systems. I'm trying to remember the details. I did read the whole details of it. Basically, it had to do with the network card and how the network card loads on initial configuration. It loads into a root driver, into a root permissions, and what you can do with it is feed several different scripts into it, kind of in this order. And then in so doing, then you can take over the card, escalate yourself to root. Again, you have to have physical access to the machine, so it's not one that could be exploited drive-by system, and it's already been patched in most Linux cases. So if you see an update for network driver stuff, that's probably what it is. And of course, I had to include this one from Salbu. Don't click anything on this page. The link here is in the description, in my video list, which is linked in the description. This is going to be some form of malware. I'm almost guaranteed. Basically, they're suggesting that this is a crack for Linux Mint 20.3. So, of course, a crack, of course, is how you unlock a pirated game or something. So you can do the direct download and download crack plus key. So basically, it's going to allow you to open up Windows. How do you crack it? First, download the original software, install it. Now, download the crack button. Extract the crack file, open the crack file, and replicate a crack key. Go to local disk C. There is no local disk C on Linux Mint. Open files, paste key. Is this, okay, yeah, it's not, it's old. It's not like an April Fool's joke or something. I have no earthly idea what in the world this is. And I'm not going to click it because each one of these buttons is a JavaScript. It is not an actual link, so I have no earthly idea what it's going to do. And so, yeah, we definitely don't do this. Now, here's the problem. If you're new to Linux, you're checking this out, this is a scam. How do I know? Because Linux Mint is free. Just go over to linuxmint.com, download it, verify it for yourself, and there is no need to crack it. So, yeah, that's exciting. Well, let's head on over to subscription news. So the Windows CEO, or Microsoft CEO, Nadella, says that Windows is the socket for subscriptions. So yeah, if you ever thought, man, why is this Windows computer so annoying, pushing me ads in the search and pushing me ads in the file manager, pushing me ads in my programs, pushing me ads on the top of Microsoft Office, pushing me ads everywhere, pushing ads and notifications. How in the world do some of you guys use Windows? Holy crap! Are you that desensitized to the stupidity of advertising that you can't just turn your stupid Windows off? But now we kind of understand why, because the CEO's like, yeah, Windows is just a socket for subscriptions. It's just a tool. We're just dropping the add-on. Maybe we'll get some of y'all to sign up for Xbox Game Pass subscriptions and Microsoft 365. Guys, use LibreOffice instead. Literally. Windows no longer motivates Microsoft's vision for software-driven world. Instead, it's become a simple vehicle for selling subscriptions for the company's services, including a subscription for running Windows itself in the cloud. That's right. PC market's continued growth is not guaranteed. Focus is now extracting the most out of the existing user base. That's right, guys. You are now the widget that they're trying to extract. They're just cramming your head up against a rock going, pull, extract as much money as possible for software you can get free and better elsewhere online. Oh boy, that's exciting. And finally, Sony, they are preventing people from renewing their PlayStation Plus subscriptions ahead of the relaunch. So basically, they're going to do a relaunch, which is going to be more expensive for basically the same thing, but maybe one or two extra perks that nobody cares about. The problem is that some people seeing this coming are going on and they're trying to renew basically add another year onto their existing subscription now so that they can carry more over into the new year and not have to pay the extra fee. And Sony is blocking that. So they're like, no, we're not going to let you stack any more years on top of it. I mean, you look at like web hosting companies, the affiliates I use, like A2 Hosting, you can go into A2 Hosting and you can buy 3 or 4, however many years you want to buy in advance. You can buy in advance and it's cheap for all the years you want to buy the cheaper up front in advance. That's no big deal, but they're kind of being like, no, you can't do that. So if you wanted to buy the brand new one now for the first first time, you still can, but you are not allowed to buy more than 12 months at a time, and you can no longer update it. Like, basically, next time your PlayStation subscription goes to renew, you're going to have to be paying more. And so that's kind of what is at play here. They're just trying to extract more out of people. That's all there is to it. You can help support the channel over on Patreon. This supports all of my channels. Patreon.com/TOMM. You can join us over there. And with that, guys, thanks for watching, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux. Thank you for watching this video from Switched to Linux. This channel would not be possible without the backing of the program supporters scrolling on the screen now. You can be a supporter at Patreon at patreon.com/TOMM or at thinklifemedia.com. I also want to thank the open source community who creates such excellent software that makes producing this show possible. Please remember to support your software communities. Thank you, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.